Hi everyone, this is Veronica and today we are going to talk about reinvented toilet. So you must be surprised, like toilets have been invented long before. So what is this reinvention? So yes, today we'll talk about this reinvention of toilets. So for my video updates, you can follow me on Instagram, and for the PDF of this lecture, you can get on my Facebook profile or from my Telegram channel. So guys, if you're preparing for any government exam, our pen drive courses and Android courses are also available, and now we are giving around 50% flat off on these courses. So this offer is available only till 12th of December. So hurry up, you can visit our website for additional information. So reinvention of toilets, why is it in news? Because recently Bill Gates, who is Bill Gates, the principal founder of Microsoft, he and his wife keep doing the social work, and they have this foundation, that is Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They have been backing up, and they were supporting a lot of research for reinvented toilets, innovative technologies that we can apply to our toilet systems. So finally they gave around 4 prizes in such an expo in Beijing in China. So what they have come up to is that these advanced methods processes of human waste within the toilet, and they do not require sewage connection. That means they would be waterless toilets. So they either separate this liquid and solid waste from the two processing streams, and what we are left with is just water and ash. So this is non-potable water but can be used in many other ways, like watering plants and using water for washing or something like that. So now let's talk about unclean toilets. Like, what is the toll of unclean toilets on health? So according to UNICEF, this is a study that 22.2% of children, or 151 million under 5 years, were stunted globally in 2017. So World Bank says that annual health care cost from lack of sanitation in developing countries is staggering 260 billion. Right, this is huge. And in India, if we talk about India, 30% to 40% of the kids end up malnourished. That is because feces containing pathogens lie exposed. So recently, Global Nutrition Report 2018 I have discussed on our channel, where we have told that India is responsible, and there are maximum number of stunted children in our country and malnutrition exists in our country. So you see, this is one of the reason. Now open defecation is a high health cost as it spreads diseases, stunts children, and prevents them from achieving normal physical and mental development. So now let's move here. What is this reinvented toilet? Now Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has introduced this toilet system, and they have named it like Omni Processor Waste Treatment Plant. Okay, so this Omni Processor is a name proposed for a group of physical, biological or chemical treatment. So whatever you do, whether there is a physical treatment or there is a chemical treatment or there is a biological treatment which process fecal sludge. So what is fecal sludge? This is fecal sludge. This is mixture of human excreta and water. Okay. So innovation involves a shift away from the gold standard. So what we are using right now, flush toilet. So we want to move away from this flush toilet system. So in the new order, there will be a standalone facilities that are aesthetically designed, finely engineered and equipped with reliable chemical processes that produce nothing more than ash from solid. So if it is a solid waste, what will be produced? Ash. And if it is a liquid, like when you pass urine, it will be non-potable water for after treatment. So this is what this technology is. So now just see. So this is how it will look. This is a picture of a waterless toilet, right? So now what is the significance of this innovation? So just see that today 4.5 billion people are living without a safe toilet, and 892 million people are still practicing open defecation, and this is the same scenario in India also on a large scale. So human stool It can contain around 10 million viruses and bacteria which are very harmful for humans, right? And it even degrades the ecosystem also. So even this situation become worse if there is any droughts or floods that pose a major risk to the sanitation system and to the human health. Now just when we talk about the significance of this, you should know that open defecation leads to polluted water. Up to 75% of India, so we are talking in context with India, that 75% of India's surface water is polluted. So when water is exposed to untreated sewage, it becomes breeding ground for parasites, right? It becomes breeding ground for the parasites and waterborne diseases. So there would be many diseases which will impact human beings, like cholera, like dysentery. So these diseases, okay. And next, human exposure can come from consuming the contaminated water or eating foods that are washed or irrigated with polluted water. So children are more susceptible to these diseases. So now the reinvented toilets is special since it expels nothing, turn into liquid waste into clear water for flushing and solid into pellets, and these pellets or ash can later be used as fertilizers, right? Because they will be treated. So the purpose of what is the purpose of innovation? See, this is to decentralize sanitation as expanding cities, fast expanding cities cannot have massive sewage treatment plants. So such cities, big cities, they need standalone processors which will help communities and individuals. So success will depend on making large community deployment. So this is a habit. We need a behavioral change among people also. So here you can see that there is a zero emission process and they can prevent the death of workers. So in India, manual scavenging exist, and recently in news you might have heard about the death due to poisonous gases of such people. So we will be able to prevent the death of workers in septic tanks also. For India it is very important. Now what are the concerns with sanitation treatment in India? So we'll now particularly talk about India. Like India is further behind in sanitation, we all know that, and we have high levels of stunting according to Global Nutrition Report 2018. So India record in treating urban sewage is poor at 30%, and third of about 847 large sewage treatment plants are not functional in India. So even when we talked about southern advanced states like Tamil Nadu, which is working to upgrade its infrastructure, only 30%, here also only 30% of urban sewage is treated. On the other hand, in 3500 small cities, very little gets treated, when big cities like Tamil Nadu, advanced states, are not doing much about it. So you can imagine the scenario of other states. So there is a problem of so what are the problems in India? There is a problem of open defecation in India. Rural India has a rate of malnutrition, poverty rates, lack of sanitation. Then there is human exposure to such harmful water which contains viruses. So you can understand the sanitation process in India. So many families also wish not to stay long periods at government nutrition centers due to the loss of work and income, which puts a heavy financial strain on the family also when we talk about such consumption and contaminated water approaches. So now what measures are needed to be taken? So see, the national policy should make accessible to everyone. The recent innovation aims to take up issues that may not otherwise get attention and to lower the barriers for governments to act. So with Reinvented Toilet, the technology is ready with a zero effluent, right? So India has contributed a lot by way of taxes for sanitation, and the money should be spent on the new technology. So when you are taking the cleanliness cess and other kind of taxes for sanitation, you should spend this money on innovative technologies, right? So it is now up to the politicians and policymakers to make decisions to adopt them, especially because the sustainable development goal of sanitation and clean water for all by 2030 is not far away. So India should hurry up and do something, right? So large and often idle sewage treatment plants can be put to dual usage. We can preferably bring such omni processes to our country also, right? So you can give more way forwards in the comment box. Thank you.